Think about the best leader you know. If I was going to ask you to pick 5 characteristics from this glossary that leader embodies, which ones would you pick? I did that with an athlete, and here are the 5 that they picked. I then say, let's make it personal. I want to know, when is it hardest for you to be those 5 characteristics? When's it hardest? Here's what they said. Just a show of hands. How many can relate to those answers? That right column shows us where we have to go if we want to earn respect, because it's easy to be those things when things are going well. It's hardest when they're not. Billy Donovan understands that. Billy won back-to-back national championships at Florida, and he uses the right column. Here's how.
Is that who you want to be as a person? Is that who you want to be? Well, if that's not who you want to be, why are you acting like that? And try to get them to take ownership of who they want to be.
He's trying to build the internal strength where people can direct themselves and not let the outside dictate their behavior. Why? Because he's seen what it looks like in action. One of his best leaders of all time is Joakim Noah. Joakim was part of the back-to-back national championships. After the first national championship, Sports Illustrated wanted to do a story on Joakim. Guess what he said? Not without my guys. He wasn't going to allow anything to separate what was going on in the inside. That still hangs in the basketball offices at the University of Florida. The story gets better. 10 years later, the University of Florida has a Hall of Fame. They call Joakim to induct him. Guess what he says? Not without my guys. He was going to wait before everyone got inducted before he went there. That's what an elite team looks like, and that's something that Billy reflects on. And he's going to share with you the answer to that question.
What were the characteristics of the best teams that I've ever been around? Like, what did those teams have? What did they look like? What was missing from other teams? And the first thing was, there was an enormous amount of love inside the team for one another. There was a lot of love for each other. The other thing that there was is there was an enormous amount of care. There was personal and individual care for each other. And the third thing was, each and every guy on the team was accepted for who they are. And if you think about that from our own personal lives, if you walked around every single day and said, I feel loved, I feel accepted, and I feel cared for, our life would be really, really enriched.
I want you to contrast the 3 that Billy just said with fear, force, and judgment. Show of hands, how many have been on a team where fear, force, and judgment exist? Can we all relate to that? Totally different energy. And when you relentlessly pursue a goal with a group of people that love, care, and accept you for who you are, that is a powerful experience.